circuit with resistance and inductance in series. This is a AC circuit containing resistance and inductance in series. This is a resistor R and this is a inductor L. The unit of resistance is ohm. The unit of inductance is Henry. Let voltage drop across this resistor is VR and voltage drop across this inductor is VL. The current flowing through this circuit is I. So the current is same in resistor and inductor. Now VR is equal to I into R. According to Ohm's law, voltage is equal to current into resistance. Also, VL is equal to I into XL, where this XL is the inductive reactance. XL is equal to omega L. This omega is the angular frequency and omega is equal to 2 pi f. For pure resistor, IR is in phase with VR. The current and voltage are in phase. For pure inductor, voltage lead current by 90 degree. Here we can see that the voltage VL is leading the current IL by 90 degree. Now taking current as a reference, because the current is same in both resistor and inductor. So we are taking current as a reference. Here we can see in this phasor diagram, this current is taken as the reference. Now this current and this voltage VR is in phase. Here this VL is leading this current I by 90 degree. This is the applied voltage V. In case of DC circuit, according to KVL, V is equal to VR plus VL. But since this is a AC circuit, so applied voltage will be the phasor addition of VR and VL. Now from this phasor diagram, the voltage triangle can be drawn as this is a VR. This is a VR and VR is equal to I into R. Now this, let's say this is A and let's say this is B. This is C and this is D. So AB is equal to CD. So here we can replace this line by VL. So here this is VL and VL is equal to I into XL. And this is a V. This applied voltage V is equal to I into Z. This Z is the impedance. V is equal to VR plus VL. This is a phasor addition. Since this is a AC circuit. Now from voltage triangle, from this voltage triangle, if we apply Pythagoras theorem, then V is equal to VR square plus VL square. This V is equal to, this is the hypotenuse. So this square is equal to VL square plus VR square. So from this V is equal to under root of VR square plus VL square. V is equal to, this VR is I into R square plus this VL is I into XL. So whole square. Now if we take the I common, then we can take the I square common. So here this I square is taken as common. Now if we take this I square out of this under root, so this will be I. So V is equal to I into under root of R square plus XL square. Now from this I is equal to V by under root of R square plus XL square. From this I is equal to V by Z, where this Z is equal to under root of R square plus XL square, where Z is equal to under root of R square plus XL square. This Z is the impedance. Its unit is ohm. This impedance is the opposition of circuit to the flow of alternating current. In case of DC, there is a resistance R, but in case of AC, it will be impedance Z. Now we will see phase relationship between voltage and current. Current lags behind the applied voltage by an angle phi. So this is an angle phi. We can see that this applied voltage is leading, or we can say that this current is lagging this applied voltage by angle phi. V leads I by phi, or I lags V by angle phi. Now here we can see this is a right angle triangle. So this will be hypotenuse and this will be adjacent side and this will be opposite side to this angle. Also we are taking this I as the reference again. Now according to the formula for tan phi is equal to opposite side. This opposite side is VL divided by adjacent side. This adjacent side is VR. So tan phi is equal to VL by VR is equal to, now this VL is equal to I into XL and this VR is equal to I into R. This I and this I will get cancelled. So tan phi is equal to XL by R. Now for cos phi is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So is equal to adjacent side is VR, this VR, and hypotenuse is applied voltage, this applied voltage V. Now VR is equal to I into R and applied voltage V is equal to I into Z. This I and this I will get cancelled. So cos phi is equal to R by Z. Now from this also we can say that this VR is equal to V into cos phi. So here VR is equal to V into cos phi. Also we can say that V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where omega is the angular frequency and this Vm is the peak amplitude. Same for current. I is equal to Im sin omega t minus phi. This phi is the phase shift. Here we can see that this is a voltage and this is a current. Now this is a phase shift phi. Power factor is equal to cos phi lagging. In case of inductive circuit, the power factor is lagging. Here we can see this is a impedance triangle. This is Z or impedance, this is inductive reactance and this is resistance R. So if this is a right angle triangle, so this will be hypotenuse, this is opposite side to angle and this is base or adjacent side. Now using Pythagoras theorem, AC square, this AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So Z square is equal to XL square plus R square. Now this Z is equal to under root of XL square plus R square. This Z is the impedance and this XL is the inductive reactance, this R is the resistance. Also sin phi is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse. Now opposite side is XL. Here we can see the opposite side is XL and hypotenuse is this Z. So this will be the formula for sin phi is equal to XL by Z. Now cos phi is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So adjacent side is R by Z. For tan phi is equal to opposite side upon adjacent. So XL by Z. Now impedance in rectangular form is Z is equal to R plus JXL. Power is equal to average power taken by resistance plus average power taken by inductance. But average power taken by a pure inductor over a complete cycle is always 0. Hence, inductance L in circuit consumes no power. So this will be 0. So power is equal to average power taken by resistance only. So power is equal to average power taken by resistance. P is equal to I square R. Average power taken by resistance is I square R. Now, if we separate this, so this will be P is equal to IR into I. Now, we can replace this I into R by VR. This VR is the voltage drop across this resistor R. So power is equal to VR into I. Since VR is equal to V cos phi, here we can see that VR is equal to V into cos phi. From this formula, cos phi is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse VR by V. So from this we can say VR is equal to V into cos phi. We will substitute this value here. VR is equal to V into cos phi. Now power is equal to V into cos phi. Power is equal to V into cos phi I. This I as it is, we will replace this VR by V into cos phi. Now this V into I into cos phi is equal to power. Now this V and I are the RMS values. Now we will see power triangle. So this is a apparent power. Apparent power is denoted by S. This is a phase angle phi and this is a reactive power. Reactive power is denoted by Q. True power is also called as real power or active power. So real power or reactive power or true power is denoted by P. So S is equal to V into I. P is equal to, or true power is equal to, Vi cos phi. This is the Vi cos phi is the true power. And reactive power is Q is equal to Vi sin phi. The unit of apparent power is kVA. The unit of reactive power is kVAR. And the unit of true power is kW. Now, if we take this as a right angle triangle, then this will be hypotenuse, this will be adjacent side and this will be opposite side. So, according to Pythagoras theorem, this hypotenuse square, that is S square is equal to P square, this P square plus this Q square. So, here we can see that S square is equal to P square plus Q square. So, this is called as power triangle. Now, apparent power is denoted by S. The product of RMS values of voltage and current is called apparent power. It is denoted by S. Its unit is volt ampere or in short VA or kilovolt amperes in short kVA. So S is equal to V into I. Then true power or active power or real power. It is denoted by P. It is defined as the product of applied voltage and active component of current. Now active component of current is I into cos phi. It is measured in watts or in short capital W or kilowatts. So in short this small k and this capital W. So the formula for true power or real power or active power is P is equal to V into I cos phi, where this V is the applied voltage and this is the active component of current. Then reactive power. Reactive power is denoted by capital Q. It is defined as the product of applied voltage V and the reactive component I sin phi. Its unit is volt ampere reactive, in short VAR, or kilovolt ampere reactive kVAR. The formula for reactive power is Q is equal to Vi sin phi. Power factor. Power factor is cos phi. Power factor is the ratio of the true power to the apparent power. It is the cosine of the angle between voltage and current. Ideally, in AC circuits, the phase difference between voltage and current is 0. But practically there exists some phase difference between the two. The cosine of the phase difference between the two is defined as the power factor. High power factor indicates power is effectively used. Low power factor indicates power is not effectively used and results in losses. In case of DC circuit, no power factor because zero frequency is there. And in case of AC circuit, value of power factor lies between 0 and 1. The formula for power factor is equal to true power divided by apparent power. True power is the VI cos phi and apparent power is VI. Now this VI and this VI will get cancelled. So power factor is equal to cos phi. Now this is the impedance triangle. This will be Z or impedance. This will be inductive reactance XL and this will be resistance R. Now if we take this as a right angle triangle, then this will be hypotenuse, this will be opposite side to angle and this will be base or adjacent side. Now cos phi is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So here the adjacent side is R and hypotenuse is Z. So power factor cos phi is equal to R by Z. The power factor is leading or lagging or unity is decided by the lead or lag or in phase of the current with respect to the voltage. In case of lagging power factor, current lags behind voltage. Here we can see current lags behind voltage. So here this is a phi, this is voltage and this is current. Current is lagging behind voltage. Here we can see current is lagging. We have to take the voltage as the reference here. So this circuit will be inductive. Loads such as inductors, transformers, electromagnetic relays, induction motors, coils, motors and lamps are inductive circuits, and in this case the power factor will be lagging. Now in case of leading power factor, current lead voltage. Here we can see this is a voltage and this is a current. So current is leading the voltage. Here also we can see that the current is leading. So in case of leading power factor or in case of capacitive circuit, the power factor is leading. Loads such as capacitor banks, overexcited, synchronous motor, synchronous condensers, radio circuits, etc. are the capacitive circuit. So in this case, the power factor is leading. Now unity power factor. Here we can see current and voltage are in phase. So phi is equal to 0. Here also we can see that the current and voltage are in phase. So the circuit is purely resistive. In case of purely resistive circuit, the power factor is unity.